On September 9th, 1914, German Chancellor Theobald von Bethmann-Hollweg sits at his desk. In front of him are the incoming reports of German troops retreating from the Marne in the siege of Antwerp. But that's not exactly what has his attention. He has in his hand a different document. See, just a few short moments ago, his secretary, Kurt Weitzler, had typed up his version of a post-war Europe. This world was what would happen after Germany's swift victory, of course. He filed it away and would prepare to present it at a meeting later. This document, now called the Septemberprogramm, detailed the territorial, economic, and influence goals that the German Empire had for the First World War, or at least an idea that Bethmann-Hollweg had envisioned. This definitely was something to bring up at a later date. The September Plan, or Septemberprogramm as it is in German, called for a radically changing world in which Germany, and not Great Britain, was the master of the European continent. German territorial gains would be focused in Europe and Africa. For now, I'll focus on everything that happened in Europe and then discuss the African colonies at the very end of the video. The German plan called for the immediate annexation of Luxembourg, eastern Belgium up to Antwerp, and parts of northern France that were primarily iron-rich, like Bray. Belgium would then annex a strip of land that contained the port of Dunkirk. Germany then planned on creating an economic association that was primarily composed of their puppet nations and allies from the war. Germany would gain many of these puppet nations by carving them out of Russia. Germany would control the governments of the rump Polish state, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, and the United Baltic Duchy, which is just a combination of Estonia and Latvia. These nations, plus the Netherlands, Italy, Sweden, Austria-Hungary, France, and possibly some Balkan nations, would then make up an economic bloc called Mitteleuropa. This economic union would be dominated by Germany, and was meant to end British economic and political dominance on the continent. I would like to draw a comparison to how similar this plan was to Napoleon's continental system. So you'd be right in asking about why France would ever agree to join this economic bloc. Another German goal was to demilitarize France by forcing them to dismantle their forts in the north, and then pay 10 billion German marks as a war debt. This would heavily indebt France to Germany and would cripple the nation, essentially turning it into a German client state. In Africa, the German government aimed to annex many French colonies and the Belgian Congo. This would connect their western and eastern colonies and create a corridor across the entire continent. Interestingly, though, the Germans did not want to take any British colonies. They felt like it was a goodwill gesture to not take theirs. This potentially could have been used as a bargaining chip later on. Their goal was to neutralize France as a power. For Britain, they wanted to dethrone them as the preeminent power in Europe and the world, but not destroy them. The plan was ambitious, no doubt, but once it became clear that the war would not soon be over, it was scrapped. The Septemberprogramm didn't totally fade away, though. The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk between Russia and Germany in 1917 actually kept the goals for Russia that Germany had. The land that it took over from Russia nearly matched what was laid out in the Septemberprogramm. With this known, I don't think it's too far out of the realm of possibility that the rest of the plan would have been resurrected and used had Germany won World War I. Of course, though, that's not what happened. The Entente defeated Germany in late 1918, relegating the Septemberprogramm to just another footnote in history. I hope you enjoyed this video of lesser-known history. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.